get. Okay, and I think that was all the reminders I had. So we have Gina Carello and Erin Gallagher here. Ladies, please take it away.
All right. Thank you, Ariel. Hi, Gina.
Hi, Erin. How are you?
Hi, Miss Lawanda. Hi, everybody. We know we have some folks who are probably still logging in. Their programs are just quieting down. Kids going for nap. So, and this will be on YouTube. So if you miss any part for any reason, don't worry. It goes on our YouTube channel. Any links we talk about today, they will be available to you. We'll put everything in the chat as much as we can, and then we'll also put it in the bottom link, or as Ariel says, it's very fancy, in the show notes. So you're able to access everything. We want to make sure you have everything. Hi, Miss Martha. Miss Martha was just on our socials with all her gorgeous kids.
Nice.
Which, speaking of which, if you would like to have your program featured on our social media, I'm going to put the email address in the chat. You can shoot us an email. We would love to come film at your site. We want to make sure, of course, you have permissions for all your kids. We don't want someone to log onto socials and be like, why is my child on that Facebook page? But we would love to come to your program and visit and highlight you and your wonderful teachers. So I'll put that link in the chat, or you could just type in the chat and say, come see us, and we will come see you. You can always email us here. And I'm on this email box too, and Ariel's on this email box, and our whole communications team. So
Wonderful. All right. Good.
and I
All
have a
right.
bunch of
Mhm.
announcements. Gina, whenever you're ready.
No, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right.
103.
Okay, so I'm going to do all my exciting stuff and I'll be happy to repeat it, but I don't know if everyone knows this, but this is the 20th year of VPK. So this is the 20th year. I was telling a story, even though I'm only 30. So, I don't know how this works out in the math, but I was a VPK provider the very first year, 20 years ago. And that was back when we did everything via paper. And I would drive it over to the lovely Gina Carello
Now you're
with all my
dating me
paperwork.
too.
Uh-huh. I'm outing you too, Gina. We're both 30.
You're
It's fine.
outing me
You're
too.
30. It's fine. Gina, we're both 30. It's fine. Just no one do the math on that. Um, and Miss Martha, I know I'm funny, but you're 32, so we're all just staying at 30. So it's fine. We're just all in the 30 plan. And I would drive all my paperwork over to Gina for all my VPK classrooms. So Gina, happy 20 years because we've been together for 20 years. Oh, Martha's 21. Martha, see, same thing. Martha's 21. That's great. So
I
happy
miss
20 years, VPK. Gina,
happy
20 years of
20
putting up
years
with
to
me. There you
you.
go. 20 years happy.
Oh my gosh.
You
Anna
remember?
just came on, and Anna's one of my ones from way back when
Yeah.
too, who used to come visit me in the office. That's so funny.
So that's why I'm asking. So beyond me torturing Gina for 20 years, which she probably deserves a prize for that. Exactly. She deserves a prize.
Woo! No, no.
What we're asking for is if you have been in VPK for 20 years, which you deserve a medal and a cake and everything good, if you've been offering VPK for 20 years, we want to feature you. It's a big deal, right? Those kids who are in VPK with us 20 years ago are 24 now. They are out in the world.
They are.
So if you are a provider that you have been in this 20 years in VPK, the state is celebrating 20 years. We want to feature you for being in this 20 years. If you have teachers that have been doing this for 20 years, my goodness, we definitely want to feature them. So same email address, or you can just type it in the chat that you have been doing this for 20 years. And like me, driving your forms over to Gina over at the office. when we did everything on paper. Um, then put that in the chat. We definitely want to feature you. Gina, by the way, we may be signed up to do a video together. We might be doing one together, but I
Oh
would
my
love to
goodness.
have other people featured because it's a big deal. I mean, it's 20 years is a long time.
It is.
Um, and so, for anybody who's out there, and Martha, we were out in 23 years. It always amazes me when I'm out visiting that the amount of years people have been doing this. I was out talking to a teacher a couple weeks ago, and she has been with the same program, and she has been there about 28 years.
Wow.
So, Miss Allie, I'm calling you. 20 years, opportunity.
That's right. Oh, thank you. Oh no, congratulations to me. I don't
Yeah. Well, thank you, Gina, because you put up with me.
know. Oh no,
But
no, no.
we may have to explain ourselves and what we did 20 years ago. So
Exactly. Oh
I
my
know.
gosh, that's so
Isn't that
funny.
funny? I heard that and I'm like, and they said, do we know any providers who've been in VPK 20 years? I'm like, I was a provider in VPK 20 years ago. Nope.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So,
My kids are right there. My kids were VPK graduates, and my son was the first year. He's 24. Oh yeah,
all right.
he's
Miss
crazy.
Patricia, and we're going to hit you up. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Amazing. Miss Angela, 22. Yeah, we're going to be talking to all of you. So if you
Wow.
put your name in the chat, just know we're going to be calling you because it's amazing. It's
Yes.
amazing the dedication in the field. It's incredible and it should be celebrated. So thank you. Also on the VPK side, for VPK friends joining us this year, um, we are looking for some willing programs who want to test run a marketing kit. So we are doing lots of marketing for VPK from the coalition, right? If families have not signed up, sign up. If you have signed up, get your certificate out of the system, go pick a program, and then go to that program, right? That's our big message. We want to have lots and lots and lots and lots of kids going to VPK because we know it works and we know the work you do is amazing. If you are a VPK provider and you would like to test this marketing kit, it just has the VPK logo on it. The amazing Unique on the communications team has created that, and it has all kinds of resources where you can add your own logo. You can add specifics about your program. There are flyers. There will be Facebook posts. So we're hoping some of you have a Facebook or Instagram account that you use for your program. We would love to have you road test a kit and give us some feedback. But it will come with everything ready to go and space for you to customize it to your program. There will be different templates, and you will have lots of room to make it your own. But we would love to have some programs who want to try that out. Because as much as we're marketing, I know all of you, because VPK is a choice, it's parents' choice. You want to make parents aware that you're out there, that you're near their house or you're near their office, and all the amazing things you do, because VPK is amazing, and it's because of all the work you do. VPK wouldn't be VPK without amazing providers. It just wouldn't happen. So if you want to participate, you can put it in the chat or you can send it again to communications, which is a lot easier than spelling my very long last name. I'm on that email address and we will work with you to get you that kit. There's lots of resources. There's online pieces that you can use on your socials. There's printable pieces. There's information you can use on tours to talk to parents that you can customize because you're all doing things that are different. But I know back when I was a director at the age of 7, I definitely had to market because, we wanted families to know we were out there. And if we were the right fit for them, we wanted them to enroll. So great. I see programs are interested. Awesome. 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 Wonderful opportunity. Reggie, world class. Wonderful. Good, good, good. Okay, good. Keep those coming. I'll probably say that again. The last thing, and we'll put this up a couple times and it'll be in the show notes. If you are not following us on socials, I know you get our newsletter. We send that out by around the 5th of the month, depending on the holidays. If you're not following us on socials, I'm going to tell you, now I'm in communications. So let me just say that part of my work is in communications. So, there's a reason I'm saying this, but we are putting out all kinds of content that's for you about trainings that are coming up. Before we did this webinar, we had a post up that you could send us your questions ahead of time. So it's a nice way to get a lot of information ahead of the newsletter. You don't have to wait all month. We post details about the newsletter, any news that's coming out. A lot of it's on socials, and you get it very real time. So we will be sharing QR codes. You can just click them with your phone. You open your camera, you click the QR codes up. Ariel's way ahead of me. Look at that. And there's one for Facebook and there's one for Instagram. I'm going to highly recommend it because we are doing a tremendous amount of content to make sure you have all the information you need. If there's a new training coming up, we have had all of the class roundtables and discussions, and those have been really well received, but we want to make sure everybody knows about them. And you got a lot going on. You got a lot going on every single day. So it's one of those things where you can do a quick flip through. You also will see your neighboring programs featured on there, neighboring teachers featured, just little bits and pieces of research, things happening in the community you can share with families. So if you click on those QR codes, the one on the green one, I'll just say the green one, goes to Facebook, and the blue one goes to Instagram. So you can follow for your school, you can follow for yourselves, but we're trying to put out as much information that's real time, that either is going to help you or might help a family that comes to you. So click on those. And I'll put our email address back in the chat. So if you want the marketing kit or you have been in VPK for 20 years, email us and we'll make sure we have the QR codes up and available for you so you can follow us, because you're going to see lots of stuff about 20 years on there. We're doing lots of promotion for VPK to get all our VPK friends moving. So, okay. Gina, I think I'm done for now. I promise.
No, you're good.
Okay.
I don't really, I don't really have a lot of updates either. We're in the process of VPK applications for the fall. So we always ask that if possible, you get that application into us at least 3 weeks before you want to start your class. The earliest you can start VPK, if you're doing VPK this year, is August 11th. That's when the school district will start their VPK program. So that's the earliest you can start. So that means getting it in like this week, next week at the latest, if you can, if you want to start August 11th. Now, nothing says you have to start August 11th. The VPK is very flexible. We love that about VPK, the flexibility of your class. But we do ask that you get those in so that we have time to get everything done. And I am a little curious if people are seeing less VPK students sign up this year, overall, or if you're seeing less parents interested, or are they waiting a little longer?
I would like to know too. We definitely are seeing a couple of things. We saw a number of families that, either started the application and didn't quite finish. So I want to tell you, we are calling all those folks just to get them across the line, right? They might just need one document, they might need one little thing. So there was a fair group of those. We're also doing a lot of outreach either via email and direct phone calls to anyone who is a school readiness, CSC scholarship, any type of scholarship child who is turning 4, who has not applied for a certificate. So often families who have a scholarship may think that if they have a scholarship, they can't have VPK at the same time. They absolutely can. So we're calling from our child care resource and referral line, and also emailing to let them know you can absolutely have both. We want you to have both. We want you to stay with your program, but this is a tremendous benefit, doesn't affect you. So 100%. We are reaching out to everybody, but we want to make sure as many kids as possible enroll in VPK. Yes, the new portal is not fun. We have a whole team. Patricia, I know it's a little difficult. So we are getting the emails over on our side. We do have directions. We are happy to post those directions. They're actually in a pop-up on our website too. A lot of times where people are getting stuck, there's a drop down when they go to the portal and they have to select. And a lot of people are selecting Palm Beach School District, which kind of makes sense because they live in Palm Beach, but they have have to pick the coalition in the area. So we can certainly forward those directions. They are available. There's a pop-up on our website that comes up every time with directions for families. Every once in a while, we do see a family where they do have an account, and for some reason, their information just didn't migrate as perfectly as we would like. And then in those cases, we're sending them over to our child care resource and referral team, and they can get them fixed right up. That's also why we're looking in the back end of the system for any certificates not claimed, because we want to make sure it's not just an issue of the portal that they can't get back in. We want to assist them. They're going to get lots of help to do that. We want to make sure every family has a chance, if they've applied, to finish it, get their certificate, pick their program. Okay. So, but yes, I know the portal's it's a little trickier. It's a little different. It is for safety and security of data and information. We get it. If you have a family that is having difficulty, tell them to email us, contact us. They can go on our page, contact us. They're having difficulty. We will help walk them through. We can give you the directions, but we send them over. And anyone who says, no, this didn't work for me, we make sure Child Care Resource and Referral reaches out to help them. We want everybody going to VPK.
I saw one from Nora about the flu brochures and the distracted driver. And that's a health department question, I think, but we can find out. We can always be more stringent than DCF. So I don't know if they haven't rewritten those center rules and regs yet. So we can get a little bit more information on that. I don't know if they were, I don't know, I didn't read the legislation. Were they totally taken away or just the 2 times a year taken away? Somebody mentioned it to me, but I don't remember. So I don't know exactly. We can find out from licensing.
Yeah.
Mm. Yes, completely removed. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, local licensing could still
They
ask
could
for it.
still, yeah,
Yeah.
have them
So
in it.
we can find out. Oh. Oh, Dawn said she had to show both. They did just recently, I think, are finalizing the family childcare home rules and regs from licensing. And they did announce that they are going to move the monthly CCAC Childcare Advisory Council meetings to only in person. So starting in August, those meetings are going to be an in-person basis only. They've been offering them via Teams, kind of dual, but they're moving to in-person. So I do imagine they will start looking at the center rules and regs pretty soon. That's going to come up. And Aaron, I think you're frozen or I'm frozen. I don't know which. Or I'm talking to myself.
No,
Could be.
Gina, you're fine. I
Okay.
think Erin,
Aaron
you
froze.
got frozen. May just need to log in and log out, log back in.
Okay. All right. So we have lots coming in. Okay, so we'll clarify with licensing. They may have said it's, I'm not exactly sure, so we can find out more. So I do have some people asking about the registry. There may be, yes, if you had an old registry account and you register in the new registry, your information should pull over if the account is able to match based on your name and date of birth. So Sandra, if that's not happening, we need to see if we can merge those records, if I can find the record. If you would just throw his name in the chat for me, or look and see if we can find out.
Dina, do you know if there's anything coming up for directors, any type of admin that work here, but because of the wages, they don't qualify for anything? Do you know if that's something
I
coming up?
don't. Right now, the Star Award has that you have to make $25 an hour or less to be eligible for the award. This is our launch right now, so I don't know if that will change in the future, but that's the criteria. It's $25 an hour or less and be supporting classroom instruction. So that's the criteria for the Star Award. I don't know if anything else will come out, but that's what we have right now.
Thank you.
Yep. I did notice the DCF website has free courses. Do you know if there's a new set of trainings? I don't know if there's a new set. Some of the classes are free. Like the school readiness classes, I think are free. I don't exactly know what one you were looking at. The start application will ask us to put an end date. You shouldn't have to put an end date on your current employment. It has a field there, but it shouldn't be required that you enter anything in there because you're currently at that site. It should let you go past. If that's not happening, I will talk to the developers on that. I'm also trying to upload some documents they want uploaded. Okay. Are you having trouble uploading them? Is the not working? Ah, Mary. So okay, Ronnie Matthews too. Sorry. I'm all over the place. I will look at that one. So when with the new registry, we do ask for organizational admin to be signed up for the site. And then you would go in and verify that person's employment with the staff roster. So I can give you sort of directions on how to do that, Mary. We'll give you a call afterwards and walk you through that. Make sure you're set up the right way. We're stepping stones, right? Verify. Yes, once you get to the program portal and you see the staff roster, the three little dots on the far right-hand side gives you an option to verify. Thank you, Nora. That's right. And Mary, we might not have you set up with organizational admin, so we'll take a look. That could be why you're not seeing that. Oh, Siobhan is saying all the DCF classes are free right now. I didn't know that. I don't know how long that'll be. I was on the page the other day. Actually, you're right, as I did look to sign up for something and it did say free. So I don't know how long that will last. I don't know they were doing that. All classes are now free and they're supposed to roll out online testing for 45. Oh, yes, the 45 hours is supposed to go into a potentially online testing option. So, yeah. Oh, you guys are very typey today. Okay. So, like I said, the registry is moving from the old registry, registrypbc.org is moving on to the new registry, and we can put the code in there, the link for that new registry account. If you had an old registry account, it will import your verified training into your new registry account. If you didn't, that's okay. You don't need to set up an old registry account. They're going to be offloading that website in the future, so it won't be there forever. But you do want to get into the new registry. We would love to have you in the new registry. You're going to go to that new registry for more things in the future, so we want you to get in there and get set up so that we can you can be able to access things. Seek Scholarship is going to move into there. The HEO classes are going to move into that system, as well as some of the ELC classes. So even if you don't qualify for the CSC Star Award, you still want to have a registry account and get your history set up in there for future things that are coming out. Within the registry system, you will notice the CSC Star Award. The Star Award is for educators who are working with children, supporting classroom instruction, who are making $25 an hour or less. It is a stacking award in that it has 4 categories. Two of them are longevity based, so how long you've worked at your current employer and how long you've worked in the field of education. As well as the highest level of education that you have and your most recent class score, if you've had a class score done. So those 4 awards stack onto each other. They calculate based on the information that's in the system. And then you submit that application. You have the opportunity to have it direct deposited into an account if you would wish. You just need to give us verification of that account information, like a voided check or something from your bank that is like a direct deposit form from your bank that gives us account numbers and name information, routing number information, or you can have the check mailed to you directly. It does have a third-party verification of your name and social security number, so you do have to complete that. You don't, you do it electronically, so you don't have to give us a W-9 form. But when you enter, there's Aaron, when you enter your information, then it links and checks IRS to make sure your name and social security number match, and then you're able to then submit your award application. So, okay, so we have a few. I gotta find a bigger piece of paper.
So I see a couple star questions. Hi, everybody. Yeah, all of a
Yeah, we
sudden
were just going over that.
send a bug report. I'm like, oh, that's not good. That sounds like get kicked out. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, Gina.
Oh, no, no worries.
Yeah, every once in a while, it just
Sorry,
doesn't
man,
quite
dude.
work.
So,
Couple questions for Star. I see. Yeah, couple questions. And
so
new systems always, provide a little bit of excitement. So,
yes. Okay, so let me go back up. I just kind of was going over the general information about
right.
STAR. Lolitha, we'll look at yours and give you a call. Mary, I'm gonna look at yours. Ronnie, I'm gonna look at you for Ronnie for Sandra. Thank you, Nora. They were saying all the DCF classes are free, Aaron. Did you know that?
They're all free now. That's great news. I had heard
Yeah,
there was some talk about that, but I didn't know if they definitely moved forward. So that's great.
yeah. Um, End date on the CSC. Oh, yes. Okay, so Sandra, we'll look at yours. You shouldn't have to enter an end date on your current employment. That shouldn't be doing that, but we'll take a look. Oh, can you get the registry website and put that in the chat? The new registry, early learning EBC. I forget what it is. Aaron froze again. All right. Janie says, with a longevity in the same ECE, will it count if you're still employed under the same owner? So yeah, so if you move from corporate owners, you move between sites, then we do count that. When you set up your account and you put in your current employer, please put the date that you started with the agency so that we can the system will calculate you back to that original start date, even if now you're working at a different location. If it's the same ownership, then put in that original start date, Janie. So Regina Butler and Regina Brown are mixed up, so we'll look at that. I know you were calling me Miss Butler. I'm sorry. Next with, we'll see what's going on there. Okay, Angela. So, Angela, when you say you're unable to log in, are you saying the old registry or the new registry? And
I'm saying the new registry.
so did you set up an account?
Yes, I set up accounts for everybody. Some accounts I helped all the teachers get their accounts done too. Log in and get everything in. But now when I go in, I have two teachers that will not done trying to help them upload their things yet. And it's like every time we go to log in, it keeps saying giving me an error at the site login. I called, I let them know we couldn't do it. They said somebody was gonna contact me back. Nobody ever called back. And even when I log in from a different computer, I get the same message.
So can you do me a favor and screenshot me the message that you're getting, and then I can see. We'll
Okay.
follow up with the publisher or the developer and see, because I do see you set up, but it takes me a minute to get down through there. So we'll see
Yeah, I
what's
got a
going
couple
on
of
there.
staff members not in yet.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No, thank you. Yes. So the Star Award is a team of people. So when you call our main number, the 561-214-8000, you enter in option number 2 for the provider services, and then 5 for the STAR team, and that will get you directly to them. So it's 561-214-8000. Press 2 and 5. Their email is cscstar.award at elcpalmbeach.org. And I will, there we go, registry.earlylearningpbc.org is the website for the new one. Oh, free for a year to well, that's awesome. Thank you, Nora. I did not know. That's amazing. Are the tests free too? Is it free to take the test or just the class? Do you know? How's it showing up for your incentive? So if you are missing your latest class report on your incentive, you need to reach out to us because there may be a matching issue on the back end, like I said. So just let us know so that we can get that fixed. So if you have staff that are trying to do the STAR Award and their class score is not showing up, then let us know because we do need to fix that. And Edna, we can send back your Edna Attila turn. Got a whole laundry list. Okay. Aaron is definitely must be in the zone there somewhere. Is it storming out there somewhere? I will send that back. Okay. Those are great questions. Thank you, everybody. I'm working on getting, there isn't a guide on how to do it. It's a little bit longer. I'm working on getting something a little shorter that you can share with staff on how to do the award. We are in the process of moving everything forward. It does take a little bit of time to review everyone's applications, so please be patient with us, but we are working. This is a Children's Services Council funded incentive for our county. So we are very excited that we're able to offer this. And it is paid twice a year. So it will open again 6 months after your application approval date. So staff will be able to apply again in 6 months to have a second payment sent to them. So the more education work that they're doing during the year, their next class score, if that's higher, will all up their award amount. So it's really wonderful. Um, Wonderful thing. So right now, our current goal is that once the application is approved, you would have the payment within 30 days of that approval date. You do have to give us just a little bit of leeway this first time around, since this will be our first go round, but that is our goal, that once things are approved, that the application would be, or the funding would be received within 30 days. We're still close to our window. We're hoping to get our first cycle out within the next week for approved applications, and we're approving applications every day. So it's very exciting. It goes directly to them. It does not go to the school. If you know of anyone who maybe hasn't seen anything yet, please share with them the information so that we can get them. There's Aaron back again. Get them set up. We would love to have every provider represented and have them set up as organizational admins to watch the staff. Those of you that are contracted with school readiness, you noticed that on the CSC scholarship contract that I sent out this year, it had a little caveat about if you are participating in the CSC Star Award that you would maintain that staff roster as part of that agreement. So, yeah. And a reminder from our class program assessment team that some people will be receiving their assessment window notifications. So to pay close attention to emails and deadlines as far as submitting any requests for blackout dates. So keep your eyes open on those emails as they come in, and then uploading any documents if you need to do that.
And if you
Um,
can help our class team, I know I'm actually back. I'm on my hotspot, Gina. So
there we go.
sometimes I know sometimes the internet is a funny thing. Just make sure when you're going into QPS to update your classrooms, you keep them up to date in terms of staff and all of your information. That really helps the assessors when they come out, makes the process so much easier for you too. So just make sure when you go in, you just double check everything, make sure it's still accurate. It'll just make that process that much easier. There is amazing class training. I had the chance to sit in on a Saturday CGC recently, which was also really fun. They played head, shoulders, knees, and toes. I had no idea. It was so fun. Um, so if you have not checked out our training calendar, we do training year round. There are still trainings running. We'll put the link in the chat to our training calendar. We would highly, highly recommend you check out those trainings, share it with your staff. Give them the link. Thank you so much. Ariel's way ahead of me. Probably afraid I'll touch a button and disconnect myself again. So, probably don't want me to do that either. But definitely check out the training calendar and share it with staff because that ongoing training has really been shown to make such a difference. So check all those things out, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit.
Yeah, no. Jennifer did ask if the Star Award comes check or direct deposit, and that's depends on the applicant. Whatever option they choose, they can have a check mailed to them, or they can request direct deposit. If you request direct deposit, we do need verification of your bank account, routing number, and account number. So either a voided check, which not everybody has anymore. I know I have like one check left in a checkbook somewhere in my house. But if you bank with any of the major banks, usually when you go through their app or on their website, they have an option to download a direct deposit form, which would be, we can take that as well, because that usually has your name, your account number, and your routing number. That's the information that we need to verify that the payment's going to be going to that account, and so that it's your account or where you want it to go. Is our preferred method. Please don't give us like and we had somebody send in like their whole bank statement. We don't want your whole bank statement. Just that form is fine. Um, we don't need to know, too much information. And we can't just take like a screenshot of that you have a bank account. Like we really need that of, something with your name and account number and routing number on it. So Helen's asking what counts as income verification. A most recent paycheck stub will work as income verification. We do need to see that you're making that $25 an hour or less. So a paycheck stub not more than 30 days old does the best, and it shows that you're working how many hours. So you do have to be working at least 30 hours. So ideally that will be on there. If you're salary, then we'll assume you work 40 hours and do the math. Employment verification is actually where we want the organizational admin to participate. So that's why we're asking for either an owner or director at a site to sign up for an account as well. Even though you may not qualify for the award, we set you up as the organizational admin, and then we ask you to update that staff roster and let us know that that person is still working at your site and that is the correct start date for them. That's all you're really verifying, is that that person is currently working and the start date that they put in the system is correct in that role. You're not actually verifying any of their income. So that's what we ask of you. If you as a director are also eligible because of your income, then we also ask that you give us something that verifies your employment at that site, because you can't verify, you're verifying your own, but we need a secondary party to do that as well. So a background screening document from DCF will do that. Or the DCF 5-year history record that you do when you get hired that shows your work history, as long as someone has gone through and done that verification. And those forms also work for previous employment. So if you've, need to also put in your previous employment to get the longevity, then we would ask that you put those documents as verification on that section so that we can verify that you were working at those sites as well, and that will give you the longevity. Jennifer's asking how many steps for approval. So right now it goes from submitted to preliminary review to final review to supervisory review. So we have had an influx of applications, so we are processing those as they're coming in. We are sending back some applications for more information, so it is a process. Like I said, please bear with us as we work through the newness of this, and the staff are doing the best they can to move as quickly as possible and get everybody done. But we are working through what we have. So some providers haven't received the form. So I did email out from last week. I did a webinar for family childcare homes, and I did send out a copy of the video from that webinar. And I think that I had given you guys the forms, right, to put on our website, Lolitha. So if you don't have the form to calculate your hours, you can get that off of our website, elcpalmbeach.org, under CSC Star Award. Those forms are located there, but I can resend that. It would only, to calculate your hours as a family childcare home, that would be if you don't pay yourself a check on a regular basis. So we would want to look at your taxes and your hours and do that. Tax classification, you should mark off what you are, and you most likely are an individual, sole proprietor, or one single member LLC. So that would be the very first option there when you're doing the W-9 form. Tax classification is how you file your taxes. So you file as an individual. Most people are not a corporation in amongst themselves, so they should mark off individual. For longevity of experience, is it okay to submit the background report? Yes, the background report's perfect. That's exactly what we want. And Lolitha, we're going to have to work with you directly. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Sandra says, when is the time to apply for the second round in the application? Be the same, or are they going to be the info? So it's going to, I can't get through the first round, but we want to know the second. So the second round, 6 months after the first round, it will, if you've changed anything, then it will calculate now based on the new items that you've added to your registry account. So if you go and complete your college degree between now and 6 months from now, and you add that to the registry and you say, now I have a bachelor's degree that you didn't have the first time around, now your new award will be calculated on that new level of education, which moves you up. If you've had another class assessment in that time and your class assessment score is higher or lower, then your award will be calculated on that. So it'll build off of the base that we have, but it will change the award amount depending on what's happened. If nothing changes, if everything is exactly the same, then it would be the same. But our assumption is some things will be slightly different. You may have taken more classes and that bumps you up. You may have be on the cusp of longevity and moving up into the next bracket because you've been there now a little bit longer and that moves you up, whatever the case may be. So hopefully, Sandra, that helps a little bit. So you do not have to upload a W-9. If you actually complete the form itself, it becomes part of your application. There's no form you have to upload. The system itself creates the W-9 form. So if the person's not putting their name and their social security number and answering all the questions in there, then it won't let you sign it. So you need that verification to complete the application. So Helen, if you have people that are struggling with that, please have them give us a call so that we can help them with that process. The first round is a little hectic. It's been hectic. But we're so happy to be able to do it, and we're so happy to be able to offer this, that we hope that you are willing to see us with love and patience for this experience, and hopefully we will only get better with more experience. So we're hoping it'll only get better with time. Everybody will be more familiar.
It will. So the first time we do anything, just like, anything we've tried for the first time, most times I do something for the first time, it does not work out the way I planned. So this is just that. But, I was talking to someone in another community and explaining what we had, and they said, well, we want that. And I said, right. Oh, I know, it's pretty great. So totally, sometimes people are like, well, how do I start that? And it's like, oh boy, that's a big question. So thank you for bearing with us. Gina and the team are working really hard to get that moved around in finance. And so there are always things when we launch these projects that we think, oh, it's going to be so smooth. And then we're like, oh, that was an interesting surprise. And, and different people read things different ways, and we understand that.
Yeah.
So thanks for hanging in there with us, having a sense of humor.
And
Just ask
being
a
our
bunch of
guinea
questions. It
pigs.
helps us to
Absolutely.
make adjustments. So the more
Yeah.
questions you ask, the more we understand. And because you have a different expertise, sometimes you're going to ask questions we might not think of.
Right.
So much
And
appreciated.
yeah, and honestly, just even being our guinea pigs, quite honestly, because you guys are kind of fortunately or unfortunately
Yeah,
bearing the brunt of the first experience. And so I appreciate so much that you're willing to let us know what's working and what's not working. And so we can only hope it gets better as
yeah.
we go on.
But we're here
But
to answer questions. We're here to help. The good news is you have a coalition that we're always pushing and trying to innovate. The other part is we need lots of feedback, lots of questions from you to make that better, because we do a lot of new things that sometimes there aren't a lot of other test cases out there
exactly.
to mimic. So when you're first out the gate, sometimes you gotta kind of test it a little bit. So
Yeah.
that's where we're living. Yeah.
Well, thank you. And, please reach out to us and
Ask lots of
um,
questions.
yeah,
So,
lots of questions. So good.
good, good, good. All right. Well, I think I'm back. My face hasn't
Okay.
frozen. Thankfully, it didn't freeze, at least by my estimation, anything really scary. So that's good news. And we also, again, back to socials, we post a lot. We'll post information. If there's, a big change with Star, we'll post it online. We do one email a month, as far as a big newsletter, because we don't want to, tire you out. We know you get so much in your email and you have enough to do. But it's a great way to catch up on snippets. Gina did do the family checker call. We did update everything online. We always want to make sure we know you may not have time to do this during the day. So we want to make sure also that there's resources for you. So if you decide to do things at 10 o'clock at night, like a lot of us do, so yes. I'm happy to talk about parent copayment.
I was just going to say the one thing we didn't talk about was copay. So let's get that
That was
in.
a good segue. Thank you, Megan. That
Yes.
was good.
Thank
That
you,
was
Megan.
good. Thank you. Do you want to go or you want me to go?
No, you go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I helped to write this, so I know enough to be dangerous, everybody. So here we go. So the new parent copayment policy started on July 1st. And the new sliding fee scales, which are always just so easy to read in their tiny little font, they are up on our website. Okay, so it's all there for you. The way it's working now is if you have a single child family, there's really no difference because we were only assigning a copayment to the one child in that family. For families who have additional children, two or more, the copayment is now going to be assigned to one child in the family. So a couple things can happen. If all of the children, two or more, are attending the same site, the copayment will be for one child in that family. The other children on their certificates will be listed as zero. Now, what that means is the idea behind this was to take some weight off of families. We know there's inflation, we all feel it. So this was to take some weight off of families. But what it also means is you will still be made whole. So if you have a child that is coming to you, I'm just going to use very round, easy numbers, and the spot is $140 and that child's copayment is zero, your reimbursement will be the whole full $140 for that child because there's no copayment offset. Now, sometimes you have children that are going to different locations. Maybe one's in an early learning program, one's in an after school. Again, that copayment will be assigned to one child at one site. The other site will not get a copayment. Their certificate will again be listed at zero, but they will be reimbursed 100% for that child. So it's really just a difference of, do you have the child with the copayment and they're paying a portion, or do you have a child with no copayment and you'll be receiving the full reimbursement? And so that's the new copayment policy. Now, when does it take effect? For any family that receives a new scholarship or goes through what we call redetermination, which is basically they renew their scholarship. They come back in, they say, I'm still working, I'm still going to school. Here's, everything I need to update. This is all the paperwork that the state requires. When they come in under what we call redetermination, or what's simply called is scholarship renewal, that's when they will fall under the new co-payment policy. That is the only time that it comes into effect. So if we have a family that makes another change to their account for any reason, the co-payment policy will not take effect. It will just be viewed as a change to their account. The change will be updated, but when they come to renew their scholarship, or redetermination is the state word, a long word, that's when the co-payment will be updated to one child in the family.
100%. So that means that you're going to have families with both, right? For this whole year. So you're going to have
Exactly. You're
families
going to
that
have a
are
bit of
not,
both.
not redetermined yet. So they're still going to have the
They're going
same
to have two,
old parent fee
how many kids they
schedule.
have. Yeah.
Right. And then you're going to have families that are coming up or new, or coming up for redetermination, or anybody new that enrolls with you that would fall under this new parent fee schedule. Now, when we say the parent fee, we're paying you our max rate. That's not the rate necessarily that you
That you
charge.
charge.
You're still able to charge that difference onto the parent,
100%.
but we would just not be deducting that parent copay from the rate we charged. We pay. Sorry, the rate we pay to you
Right.
for that child's age. So that's the difference. It's really important to, be in the portal frequently, looking at what you have and the enrollments and pulling that information out. There are reports in there, Excel files that you can pull out to get a breakdown of students and their rates, their parent fees. So if you need help with that, please let us know. Happy to help.
That's something we're always happy to work through, and
Yeah.
definitely great to log into the portal no matter what, because if you have new children that are coming to you, you have to accept those certificates so those kids can enroll. So it's just kind of part of doing business, just like you log into other systems if you have ProCare or something else. This is another system you log into just to make sure if you see new certificates that are updated. And yes, you can always charge the difference between our max rate and what you charge. You're still able to charge that amount. But
Yep.
Gina's 100% right. You will have families that are a mix of both, where each child has a copay until they go through redetermination, and some that once they go through that, only one child in the family will have that. So this year will be a transition year.
Absolutely. Sharika asked if there's going to be an updated ELC handbook. Maybe she means a school readiness handbook.
Maybe.
That goes through rule revision, I think, because it is part of rule. I have not seen that rule reopen yet, but we are on those sites when they make an announcement for rule revision, so we can take a look. If there's been a lot of changes with legislation, then it's possible that there would be a new school readiness handbook. They tried to bring back on that one to link to things that are a part of legislation, so that when the legislation changes, they don't have to change the handbook. You just refer back to the updated legislation. So we'll see if they do actually update the book.
More about not getting paid for the children on the first day of enrollment.
So that's not you get paid for the first day.
Right.
What you don't get paid for is after their last day of enrollment. So if a child ends with you today, but you don't know that, and you put the child in absent for the rest of the month, you will not get paid additional absences. You would only be paid as the last day that they attend. So yeah, still get paid for the first day. Always want to get paid. You can never get paid before the first day.
Yeah. Yes. Still get paid for the first day.
Yeah, always
good
paid
clarifying
for the first
question.
day. Yeah. So yeah, you always get and in the same vein, we can't pay you before the child attends. The same now is applied to after the child stops attending.
Right.
Yeah.
A good clarifying question.
It's but yes,
these are the questions that, and just like we were talking about the new STAR system, these are the questions that it's important to ask, because odds are somebody else had the same question.
Yeah.
And it helps us think about, how we put everything out. We know we can be a lot, right? We can be a lot. According to my daughter, who says I'm extra. I guess sometimes we are extra, right? We can be extra.
We are.
So,
all this whole thing is extra. Yes.
Yeah,
no, I
I'm
agree.
often called extra. Yeah, it's great.
You're not extra. Oh, yeah. So yes. Okay. Oh, that's funny. It's a lot, and there's a lot going on. We're not gonna belittle that at all. There's a ton
No.
of things going on. You have all your own stuff going on, and then add in all of our craziness. That's definitely
But our
yeah,
goal is to make it easier. In the end, our goal is to make it
absolutely.
easier. So we appreciate these phone calls as much as we're putting information out there. We appreciate the questions. We appreciate the feedback because we want to know. We want to make it as easy as possible.
Yep.
So 100%, 100%. That's our job, is to make it as easy as we can. So
Thank you, Anna.
yes, trainings are out. Training calendars out. We'll put that link in the chat again. Just want to make sure, go check it out. There is amazing training. Amazing, amazing training. There's also training coming for class about Strive for Seven, which is seven's the top end in class. I mean, and kind of what that really means, I mean, we always want to strive, but class is really about, every day really making those classrooms sing and making it a wonderful place to be for the adults and the kids. But for those of you who are doing this every day, really, class was designed to make it easier for all of you and to make managing that classroom easier and the instruction easier. So that's going to be up there. There's a lot of wonderful training. So we'll put that back in the chat. The other thing, and this is a credit to all of our VPKs and our school readiness, the coalition was just featured in a wonderful article put forth by the Florida Chamber. They have a business alliance for early learning, which is great because we want businesses to understand how important the work you all do is. And they did a whole new piece on kindergarten readiness. And guess which county they featured? Palm
Oh,
Beach County.
wonderful. That's amazing.
It's amazing. And what's amazing is in the last 2 years, 2022 to 2023, and now to 2024, 2025, our readiness rates have increased by 6 points. So we
Wow.
went from a 66% readiness to a 72% readiness. That's huge.
That is huge.
Because a lot of places around the country are always like in the 50s, maybe getting through 60. So 72 is a big deal. So we are still going to keep marching on. But it is a credit to all of you, school readiness, VPK, because you are preparing all of these little ones who go to kindergarten. So I'm going to put a
Yes.
link to, I know, it's amazing. It's so cool. I'm going to put a link to the
Day,
whole article in there so you can see it. And you can celebrate, but it's amazing. So it talks about us, but the work really, has been a partnership, and it's been a partnership with all of you. So please celebrate. You do the work every day. So I'll put the link in the chat.
Wonderful. That'd be interesting. Oh my goodness. I did put in the chat also the link to the new registry if you've missed that. That's also available off of our website. And then Miss Helen did ask, we were talking about the zero copay. Yes, if you have a difference between what our rate that we pay and what you charge, you absolutely can still charge that to any of the children, whether there's an assessed parent fee or not. So you can continue to charge your difference. If a child missed the day of 5 days of daycare, does the parent have to pay the 2 days? I don't get paid. So the way absences work has been the same for a while, but it did change a little bit last year in that there's always paid 3 days with no questions asked for school readiness. So we pay you for 3 days with no additional documentation needed. And then you can get an additional 10 days of absences paid for a child, so a total of 13 days in a month, if the parent supplies you with a note as to why the child was absent. And this is for school readiness funded children. If they're early Head Start or Head Start, it may be a little bit different, but it's it can be a parent note. The parent can say they kept the child home because they were sick. If the parent says the child went to the hospital, then you would need some sort of hospital documentation. If there was a death in the family, they'll want an obituary or some sort of documentation to go with that. The only thing we do not pay for is vacation. So if the parent says we took the kids on vacation, you would not get paid for that, and the parent would be responsible to pay you for that time. So hopefully, Yasmina, that helps, but let me know if you still have questions. Thank you, Aaron. The registry offering a certificate of membership. That's a great question.
Yeah.
I know it does offer a transcript, but I haven't seen a certificate, and we can find out.
A good question. See, we're all learning. This is good.
Most exciting part about this, the CSC scholarship, CSC Star Award and the new registry is it's not just limited to, Strong Minds type sites anymore. So now it's Strong Minds participation. It's open to everybody. So it's really exciting.
It's really great.
But I'll find out, Anna. I don't know. Look at that. We've made it to 2:00 again. I don't know how that happens. I don't know where the time goes.
It always goes quick.
So quick. Any other questions? Thank you, Sandra. We'll get back to you on Ronnie and what's going on with your account. You're so welcome.
Thank you, everybody. We will put up all of the links because we share a lot of links as we talk. Thank you to Ariel, who is putting up a lot of links. The speed of light. Thank you.
So fast.
Very fast. Very, very fast. But definitely follow us on socials because there's a lot up there and you can get it real time. We're putting up a lot of content for all of you, or information you can share with families. We did capture all of the information in the transcript, even though my face froze and I fell apart a little bit today. Sorry, everybody. For everyone who's interested in the kits, 100%. If you would like us to come visit your site, it's not scary. We are just a lovely group of humans, and we will come and film and take pictures and feature you because you are what make this whole thing amazing. So we want to feature you. So
I love watching them. I watch all the Instagram videos. So
I know.
So I love to see you guys.
I do too. And I
too.
just, even though I've seen them, I watch them again because I love seeing all the, it's amazing. So.
It is amazing. It is amazing. I don't get out as much as I used to. So it's nice to get out there. Yes, ma'am.
Erin, I have a question for you.
Yes,
in light of all the immigration thing going on, are there any changes in terms of how parents get eligible for early learning coalition?
That's a good question. For school readiness,
or
for both, for everything. Because I know the reason I'm asking you that because I have some parents who receive letters of deportation, but they don't give them a date yet. And I think 1 or 2 of them have ELC. And have you guys received any note from the state as to what you do? Okay, all right. Then
no, nothing.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay.
No, nothing at this point. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Therefore, whenever they don't show up, they don't show up, and I'll let you guys know what happened.
Yeah, let us know.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Reggie.
Yep. But we'll let you know too if we hear
so
anything
nice
else.
in this house here. It's so beautiful. Who lives here?
Miss Martha, we love your site.
We're done.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you as always. Gina, thank you.
Thank you, Erin. Thank you, Ariel.
Thanks, Ariel.
Thank you both. I just put the QR codes back up on the screen if you want to click on them before leaving. But thank you all for joining us today, and this will be on YouTube later.
Thank you. Have a wonderful week.
Oh my God.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
God.